Okay, I'm going to remove everything here. So ArcGIS toolbox, we have a lot of tools that contains hundreds of tools organized in toolbox and tool sets. There are two ways to find the tools. We can do search here, like clip, or we can just start ArcMap, open the standard toolbox, toolbar, click the Arc Toolbox button, and we can open the Arc Toolbox window from the menu bar by clicking Geoprocessing and Arc Toolbox. Three-way, 1, 2, and then 3. So the Arc Toolbox window shows a list of all the system toolboxes in ArcGIS and allows you to browse through an organized list of the all tools. We're going to expand the Analysis toolbox and then Extract toolset, Analysis toolbox, Extract, and see the list of tools inside this tool set. And we're going to find the tool we want to be a bit cumbersome if you are not sure where to look. But with repetition, we will start to remember where the tools we're going to use are located. A similar approach to browsing can be accomplished in the catalog window. So catalog is right here, and if I click System Tools, everything is here. And we're going to expand the toolbox entry, and we can see two folders. One of your custom toolbox, My Toolbox, is right here, and then the other is System Toolboxes. The organization of the System Toolboxes is the same as in the Arc Toolbox window. And now we can try using the search window to find the geoprocessing tools. So we don't have to close the catalog window. We can just click search here. And on the standard toolbar, we're going to click the search window. We can just click here, search, or we can do our catalog, Arc Toolbox. So everything is right here. Search. And we can open this, and in the search window, we're going to click the hyperlink and increase the size of the search window to see the complete list of toolboxes. So, and then these are exactly the same toolboxes we see in the Arc Catalogs tools right here. And I don't have. Right. And then we just do local search. So these are exactly the same toolboxes, search window, and increase the size. And I don't have something. And we will see something similar. Let's see. Where the tools? There. Okay. We just click tools here, not images, tools, data. And in addition to browsing, we can also search for tools by name. Place the pointer in the search box, and then we can just type clip, and then hit enter. So we can have the clip tool here. So the result panel shows the tools that have the search term clip in the name or in the description. In this case, notice that there is a clip tool for vector data, such as polylines and polygons in the analysis toolbox, and a clip tool for raster data in the data management toolbox. And we can click the link to the item description to get a more complete description of how the tool works. This is the same material as provided in the full ArcGIS desktop help file. And we're going to follow the link to the path and toolset system toolboxes. Open the catalog window, double click the tool name, and open the tool dialog box. And we can just close the search window, or we don't have to. We can just put it back here and extract, and we can just item description. And when you right click on it, this is just exactly like the one on the JS. Alright, right now we're going to run a tool. So we're going to add some data to our Okay, so to add data, we can just click Add Data here, and we're going to navigate here. So we're going to add basin and soils. So with ArcGIS open and on the standard toolbar, we click Add Data button, and on the Add Data dialog box, we browse to that. So earlier I already did. And once we click basin shapefile and soil shapefile, and then we click Add. So this Add to shapefile to current data frame, this is data frame and this is layout frame in ArcMap, and we check to see that the extent of the soils shapefile is much larger than the basin shapefile. We're going to use the clip tool to reduce the extent. So let me see the basin. Let's just do no color, and outline color, just do red and do 2. Okay. It's much larger than the soil shapefile is much larger than the basin shapefile. We're going to use the clip tool to reduce the extent of soil shapefile to match the basin shapefile. Prior to running geoprocessing tools, we're going to set environments. Environments are parameters that control how a tool is run, but these settings do not appear on the tool dialog box. So on the menu bar, we're going to click geoprocessing and then go to environment. Workplace, and I already said last time, so for the workplace, we expand its options for workplace. So that we did was by setting the workplace, the outputs of geoprocessing operations will be looking the folder exercise 2, and then the Scratch workplace I put in the results folder in exercise 2. Instead of specifying a folder, we can also specify an existing geodatabase. In this case, the current workplace and a Scratch workplace are set to my exercise 2 folder, but they can be set to different ones. This can be useful for separating intermediate results from final results in geoprocessing workflows that have many different steps, generating dozens to hundreds of outputs. This is typically the case when using models in Model Builder. And we're going to click OK to close out the environment setting dialog box. There are many other environment settings, some of which are introduced on later videos. So now we're going to run the tool. We're going to open the ArcToolbox window, expand the analysis tool, and then the extract tool set, and double click the clip tool. And now we're going to specify the parameters of the clip tool. So these instructions primarily use the ArcToolbox window to find and run tools, but we can also use the catalog or just the search window. So for input feature, we're going to put soil shapefile from the drop down list, and then notice that the output feature class is automatically populated. So the path is determined. Right here is the path, and the file name is based on the input and the name of the tool. And we can click the browse button to navigate to a different path. And we can also change the path and output file name by typing in the text box. So we can just type clip feature and stuff. This is select clip, come out. All right, so I have soils and clip features will be basin, and output already have it here. So, and then we're going to click run the tool, and a progress bar that appears at the bottom of the document of the ArcGIS of desktop application status bar shows that the tool is running. Once the tool execution is complete, a small pop-up notification briefly appears in the notification area at the far right of the taskbar. So the result of running the tool is a new shapefile called soil clip. It's right here. I can just there. So I can just right click and zoom to the layer. That's the soil. It's added to the ArcMap table of the contents. And we can now explore the soil clip shapefile to confirm the result. We can also review the execution of the tool by exploring the result. And we can just, like last time, and go to result and then expand it and expand it last time. The previous today, yep, I did previously there. So, and now in the result window, we're going to expand the current session entry and as well as the entry inside the current session, and then the result window records a history of the geoprocessing operations, including all the tool parameters and the environment settings. The messages at the end demonstrate the steps that were part of running the tool and show when the run was completed. And we're going to close the result window and we're going to right click on the soil clip layer in the soil clip layer in the ArcMap table of the contents, and we can just click remove. And we're going to conduct batch processing, and we're going to use the batch processing to clip another layer. So add all the other layer in exercise 2 folder to the data. So we're going to add the flood zone, the lakes, and the river. Flood zone. Okay, I just drag one by one then. So I'm going to use extend view, flood zone, lakes, and maybe I have to flood zone, lakes. Okay, and then rivers. I already have a roads. Do I have a roads? Nope, I don't have roads. Perfect. And I have a roads and everything, and right click the clip tool and we're going to click batch. Okay. And then this brings up the batch grid for the clip tool, and there are several ways to fill in the cells as follows. We can double click a row number, brings up the clip tool dialog box for that row. So we're going to just click and then you can see the drop down menu, and we can double click in a cell, brings a dialog box for just that cell. So double click there. So clip 1, and you can see the clip 1. Or you can right click on the cell as a drop down list for the layer, right click in the cell and click open, brings up a dialog box for that cell, and right click in a cell and click open, brings up a dialog box for that cell. And we can right click in a cell and click browse, brings up a dialog box for browsing. Since the layer have already been added to the data frame, using the drop down option in this case is quite efficient. So we just use the drop down then. And I'm just going to put the first one is flood zone. In the column input features, we're going to click on the right side of the cell in the first row to open up the drop down list and select flood zone layer, and we're going to now to the batch grid by clicking the add row button. So it's right here. And then in the second one, we're going to see the lakes and then add again. So keep adding the rows for the remaining layers that need to be clipped so that the grid matches the example in the figure. And I have rivers, add again, and I have a roads. Perfect. And then for the clip feature in the first row, we're going to use the drop down list to select the basin layer. Basin. And then the second one is also basin. The third one